monster, I really did. A sideshow circus clown.
My face is snatched. I can't even open up my jaw or my mouth to talk.
In the relentless pursuit of beauty, some celebrities have taken plastic surgery too far, transforming their iconic features into something almost unrecognizable. From subtle tweaks gone horribly wrong to total face change transformations, these stories will make you question the cost of chasing beauty. Join us as we reveal 20 famous celebrities who ruined their faces with plastic surgery. Number 20. Donatella Versace. First up is none other than the legendary Donatella Versace. They say beauty is power, but for this fashion icon, the pursuit of it took an unexpected toll. When Donatella first entered the public eye, particularly in the late 1990s, after the tragic murder of her brother Gianni Versace, she embodied the timeless Italian beauty standard. However, by the early 2000s, her appearance started shifting, and soon the fashion world couldn't help but take notice. One of the earliest noticeable changes was her nose. Previously broader and more natural, Donatella's nose became significantly more refined and narrow, suggesting rhinoplasty as one of the procedures she might have undergone. Her once smooth, lively face also started showing the signs of intense surgical intervention. Experts believe that a series of facelifts removed much of the natural aging process from her skin, resulting in a tight, almost wax-like appearance. Donatella's lips also became a point of focus, swelling into a pout that deviated from their former natural shape. This transformation is widely attributed to lip augmentation procedures, which gave her the fuller, more exaggerated look often criticized in the media. Additionally, the contours of her cheeks suggest the use of fillers or even cheek implants, as her face became more defined but also strikingly different from her earlier self. Her eyes, once more expressive, have also been altered, likely through blepharoplasty, a surgery that lifts drooping eyelids and reduces puffiness under the eyes. All these changes combined have made Donatella's face one of the most talked about in Hollywood. Donatella's dramatic transformation turned heads, but the next celebrity's experience with cosmetic procedures was life-changing in a completely different way. Number 19. Carol Bryan. When cosmetic procedures go wrong, the results can be more than just skin deep, and in this shocking case, the effects were nothing short of life-changing. Carol Bryan, a Florida native, had her life completely turned upside down after a botched cosmetic procedure in 2009. At age 47, Carol decided to undergo dermal fillers in an attempt to restore volume to her face. However, a devastating error occurred when 2 fillers, including silicone, were injected incorrectly into her forehead and cheeks. Within months, her face began to swell uncontrollably, leading to grotesque deformities. Her forehead expanded so much that it eventually drooped over her eyes, severely impairing her vision. The fillers caused her facial skin to expand and contract erratically, leaving her looking unrecognizable. The physical changes were so severe that she had to tape her forehead just to see properly. Desperate for solutions, Carol underwent several corrective surgeries, but they only worsened the damage. After isolating herself for years, she finally sought the help of Dr. Reza Jarrahi and Dr. Brian Boyd, who performed a groundbreaking 17-hour surgery to remove and replace the damaged tissues on her forehead. Although the surgery saved her life, Carol lost vision in one eye permanently and faced years of emotional and physical recovery. Today, Carol is an advocate for safe cosmetic practices, using her story to raise awareness of the potential dangers of unregulated procedures. While Carol's experience was a tragic mistake, our next transformation was entirely intentional, though the results were just as shocking. Number 18. Jocelyn Wildenstein. Jocelyn Wildenstein, often referred to by the media as Catwoman, has one of the most dramatic facial transformations in history. Her cosmetic journey began in the 1990s during her marriage to billionaire Alec Wildenstein. It's reported that her then-husband admired exotic cats, which influenced her decision to undergo extensive surgeries designed to give her feline-like features. Over the years, Jocelyn has reportedly spent millions on procedures aimed at creating a more feline appearance. One of the most notable aspects of her transformation is her eyes. Jocelyn's repeated surgeries, including blepharoplasty, gave her eyes a distinct upward slant, contributing to the cat-like appearance that has fascinated the public for decades. Her cheekbones were also heavily altered through implants and fillers, resulting in a much more pronounced and sculpted look than her natural features. Despite her striking transformation, which has sparked endless media coverage and critique, Jocelyn has denied that her surgeries were excessive, often attributing her feline features to her Swiss heritage. Today, at 84, she remains a socialite who is as famous for her surgeries as she is for her once glamorous lifestyle. Jocelyn's pursuit of feline beauty was extreme, but the next person's shocking disfigurement came from a truly disastrous source. Number 17. Raji Narina Singh. Raji Narina Singh's experience is one of the most shocking examples of botched cosmetic procedures. In 2005, Raji sought cheap filler injections to enhance her facial features, but what she received was far from medical-grade treatment. The illegal injections, administered by a fake doctor, were a cocktail of cement, tire sealant, and mineral oil. This toxic mixture hardened under her skin, causing lumps and severe disfigurement across her face. Her cheeks, intended to be fuller and more contoured, instead became misshapen and bumpy. Raji was so disfigured that she avoided public appearances for years, feeling ashamed of her altered look. It wasn't until she appeared on the show Botched that she received corrective surgeries. Even after several procedures, doctors found it too risky to completely remove all the harmful substances, leaving some visible nodules. Despite this, Raji's face regained some of its natural contours, especially around her cheeks and jawline. Today, she embraces her unique journey, sharing her story to raise awareness about the dangers of black market cosmetic procedures. Raji's story was one of recovery and resilience, but our next celebrities pursued cosmetic surgery in a way that defied all expectations. Number 16. Igor and Grichka Bogdanov. The faces of the next celebrities on our list became as famous as their television career, but not for the reasons they hoped. Igor and Grichka Bogdanov, French twin brothers who gained fame in the 1970s for their work on science fiction TV, have left people around the world baffled by their extreme facial transformations. Originally known for their chiseled jaws, high cheekbones, and striking features, their appearances changed dramatically starting in the late 1990s. This was when they began their journey with cosmetic surgery, though they consistently denied any surgical interventions, instead attributing their transformation to technological experiments. One of the most notable aspects of their transformation was their extremely elevated cheekbones, which appeared bulbous and unnaturally high by the 2000s. This exaggerated feature, along with their elongated chins and plumped-up lips, gave their faces a stretched and almost alien-like appearance. As their cheeks grew more prominent, their skin appeared unusually smooth and tight, likely due to the extensive use of Botox and facial fillers. By 2009, their facial features became so pronounced that their appearance at public events, like the Cannes Film Festival, sparked global conversations about how far they had gone with their cosmetic alterations. Their once symmetrical and sharp features had morphed into something that seemed almost otherworldly. Fans and critics alike referred to their look as extraterrestrial, a label that the brothers embraced. While the twins' transformation left many in awe, the next celebrity took her facial enhancements to a whole new level. Number 15. Anastasia Pokreschuk. How far is too far when it comes to redefining beauty through cosmetic enhancements? Here's just how extreme it can get. Anastasia Pokreschuk, a Ukrainian model and influencer, is known for having the world's biggest cheeks. Beginning her journey with cosmetic procedures in her 20s, she gradually shifted from subtle enhancements to a much more dramatic look. Her cheeks, which are her most distinctive feature, have been filled to the point of extreme prominence, giving her face a sharply contoured, almost angular shape that completely contrasts with her youthful appearance before the procedures. The exaggerated size of her cheeks makes her facial structure appear almost sculpted, giving her an unconventional, highly exaggerated aesthetic. Beyond her cheeks, her lips are notably fuller, contributing to an overall dramatic transformation. Anastasia has also used filler on her chin and jawline to maintain a balance with her enlarged cheeks. Despite criticism from some who describe her look as unnatural, Anastasia has expressed satisfaction with her appearance, stating that these procedures have significantly boosted her confidence. She's even shared that, in her opinion, she looked like a grey mouse before the surgeries, and now she feels she looks more exotic and unique. Anastasia's exaggerated features are striking, but the next transformation was driven by necessity, not aesthetics. Number 14. Mickey Rourke. Our next celebrity shows that even when surgery is essential, the results can be both surprising and life-altering. Known for his rugged good looks in the 1980s, Mickey Rourke's roles in films like 9½ Weeks and Angel Heart highlighted his chiseled cheekbones and sharp jawline. However, after multiple facial injuries sustained in the boxing ring, Rourke underwent a series of surgeries to repair the damage, including 5 procedures on his nose and extensive reconstructive work on his shattered cheekbones. Unfortunately, these surgeries caused significant changes to his facial structure. His once angular features became more rounded and swollen, with visible alterations to his cheekbones, which appeared fuller but unnaturally sculpted. Additionally, his use of Botox and fillers contributed to a frozen look, giving his face an overly smooth and tight appearance, particularly around the forehead and lips. Public reactions to his transformation have been mixed, with some expressing sympathy for the medical necessity behind his surgeries and others criticizing the extent of his cosmetic enhancements. In recent years, Rourke has been candid about his regrets, stating that he went to the wrong guy for his facial repairs. Despite the surgeries, Mickey Rourke has continued to act, most notably in his acclaimed performance in The Wrestler, proving that his talent endures, even if his appearance has changed drastically. Mickey's surgeries were meant to repair, but the next celebrity's pursuit of youth led her down a different, more regrettable path. Number 13. Courtney Cox. Is it possible to reverse time without losing your true self? This story of cosmetic regrets reveals the consequences of going too far. Courtney Cox, once known for her fresh, natural beauty as Monica Geller on Friends, began turning to cosmetic procedures in an effort to maintain a youthful appearance. What started with subtle Botox and fillers gradually increased over time as she sought to combat the natural aging process. However, as the treatments became more frequent, her facial features began to change, especially around her cheeks and forehead. The result was a tighter, more rigid appearance, with many fans noting that her face seemed frozen. Cox has openly shared her regrets about the extent of the work she had done. She once admitted that the fillers made her face appear unnatural, to the point where she no longer looked like herself. Her features, once known for their natural expressiveness, became stiff, with her cheeks appearing overly enhanced and her skin pulled taut, giving her an artificial, doll-like appearance. As she continued adding more treatments, the impact became more noticeable, leading to what she described as a domino effect, where each procedure seemed to require another to maintain balance. Realizing the toll it took on her appearance, Courtney eventually chose to have her fillers dissolved in 2017, opting to return to a more natural look. She has since embraced the aging process, reflecting on how the pursuit of youthfulness can sometimes backfire. While Courtney eventually embraced a more natural look, the next celebrity on our list was left with a face altered beyond recognition. Number 12. Priscilla Presley. Our next case proves that one cosmetic mistake can lead to a lifetime of regret. Priscilla Presley, once revered for her classic beauty, had a horrific transformation, beginning with a tragic misstep in 2003 when she trusted an unlicensed doctor, Daniel Serrano. He injected industrial-grade silicone into her face, leaving her with lumps, paralysis, and scarring. This gave her face a stiff, mask-like appearance with uneven texture, especially around her lips and cheeks. Despite corrective surgery in 2008 to fix the damage caused by Serrano, the effects of the botched procedure were difficult to reverse. Her cheeks, once naturally high and defined, became overly filled and puffy, while her lips looked unnaturally plumped. Her facial expressions also seemed restricted, with her eyes and forehead appearing frozen due to additional facelifts and Botox injections. The skin on her face looked stretched, creating a waxy and tight appearance, erasing the soft, expressive look she once had. Adding to her transformation, Priscilla underwent a surgery to remove cancerous tissue from her nose in 2019, which reportedly deepened her fixation with cosmetic procedures. She became even more concerned about her facial scars, leading her to seek additional work to cover up the effects of the cancer surgery. Her pursuit of maintaining her youthful appearance has ultimately left her face altered in a way that many fans find unrecognizable compared to her early days as a Hollywood icon. Priscilla's botched procedure was a cautionary tale, but our next celebrity's procedure left even her own family stunned. Number 11. Sharon Osbourne. You know something's off with your routine procedure when even your partner fails to recognize you. Sharon Osbourne, known for her candid personality, has long been open about her experiences with plastic surgery.
I've had my boobies done twice. I've had facelift, neck done. Haven't had anything done to my eyes or lips. I never wanted those lippies.
But it was her 2021 facelift that left a lasting impression for all the wrong reasons. Describing the procedure as horrendous, Sharon revealed that the results were far from what she expected. The surgery left one of her eyes noticeably lower than the other.
And I kind of looked like Quasimodo because I had one eye here, one eye there, and my mouth was all kind of like this. It was fabulous.
Distorting her facial symmetry, with Sharon comparing herself to a cyclops. Her cheeks appeared unnaturally tight and pulled, giving her a stretched, almost frozen look. The procedure, which lasted 5.5 hours, not only altered her facial balance, but also caused significant pain during the recovery process. This was not Sharon's first encounter with cosmetic surgery. She previously underwent facelifts in 1987 and 2002. However, this latest procedure left her deeply regretting the decision, with her husband Ozzy Osbourne also reacting negatively to the result. Sharon even confessed that she had to undergo additional work to correct the misalignment, further complicating her journey with surgery. Despite years of various cosmetic treatments, ranging from Botox and fillers to breast implants, Sharon has now vowed to stop undergoing surgeries, stating that she's done with altering her appearance. Sharon may have had a rough time with her procedure, but the next celebrity shows just how far one can go in pursuit of perfection. Number 10. Katie Price. When you alter your face so many times, at what point do you stop recognizing yourself? Katie Price's journey might hold the key to that question. Katie Price was once known for her natural beauty during her early modeling years. However, over the years, she's had numerous procedures that have changed her face, creating a drastically different appearance from her earlier days in the spotlight. Her most recent surgeries include her 6th facelift, which left her with a taut, almost unnatural tightness across her face. The exaggerated lift around her eyebrows gives her a permanently arched expression, sometimes described as Spock-like, which she has admitted she hopes to correct in future surgeries. Her cheeks have also become significantly more pronounced, likely the result of fillers, giving her a fuller, more artificial look compared to her earlier, softer features. In addition to multiple facelifts, Price has undergone lip enhancements, which have plumped her lips to the point where they appear overly filled. Her nose has also seen changes through multiple rhinoplasties, becoming narrower and more sculpted with each surgery. Despite some backlash, Katie has remained unapologetic, often comparing her body maintenance to fixing a car and expressing a desire to continue surgeries until she achieves the perfect look. While Katie's transformations are well documented, the next celebrity has remained a mystery when it comes to his changing appearance. Number 9. Carrot Top. You won't believe how dramatically one comedian's face changed while he denied every rumor about going under the knife. Scott Thompson, better known as Carrot Top, has been at the center of plastic surgery rumors for over a decade. The prop comedian, famous for his fiery red hair and eccentric style, has repeatedly denied undergoing any cosmetic procedures. However, his changing facial structure has sparked widespread speculation. Fans and experts alike have pointed to several potential alterations. Carrot Top's eyebrows are now more arched and defined compared to his early years, leading to rumors of a brow lift. His once angular face now appears fuller, which some suggest could be the result of cheek implants or facial fillers. Additionally, his skin has gone from uneven to remarkably smooth, which many believe is the effect of Botox or chemical peels. Despite all the speculation, Carrot Top maintains that his dramatic change is simply due to a strict workout regime and a healthy lifestyle. He even humorously remarked that if he had plastic surgery, he'd look better than he does. The debate over his appearance continues, but one thing is clear: Carrot Top's transformation remains a hot topic in Hollywood. Carrot Top's transformation certainly sparked questions, but our next celebrity took the obsession with plastic surgery to staggering extremes. Number 8. Pete Burns. When plastic surgery becomes an obsession, the results can be as dramatic as they are irreversible. Just ask Pete Burns. Pete Burns, the flamboyant lead singer of Dead or Alive, became as famous for his music as he did for his striking and ever-changing face. His initial foray into plastic surgery began with a rhinoplasty to repair a broken nose, but what followed was a series of procedures that drastically altered his appearance over the decades. The most noticeable transformation was his nose. After 4 nose surgeries, Pete's nose became smaller, more pointed and narrow, almost unrecognizable from its original shape. This set the stage for further changes: cheekbone implants that gave his face a sculpted, angular look, accentuating his already sharp features. His cheeks became so prominent that they overshadowed the rest of his facial structure. Pete's lips were another major focal point in his transformation. He underwent 2 lip augmentations, which resulted in overly plump lips that over time developed complications. The swelling caused by fillers made it painful for Pete to even open his mouth, eventually requiring emergency surgery to prevent further damage. By the time of his final procedures, Pete had endured over 300 surgeries, leaving his face severely altered. Pete's ever-evolving appearance is unforgettable, but our next celebrity went to even greater lengths to stay youthful. Number 7. Janice Dickinson. From supermodel to surgery addict, Janice Dickinson's pursuit of eternal youth transformed her face and her life in ways even she couldn't have predicted. Janice Dickinson, once hailed as the world's first supermodel, dramatically altered her appearance over the years with a series of plastic surgeries. Starting in her early 30s, she began with breast augmentation, later moving on to an array of facial surgeries. By the time she hit her peak as a reality TV judge, Janice had undergone multiple facelifts, liposuction, and Botox treatments, all of which fundamentally changed the structure of her face. Her series of facelifts tightened her skin, leaving it looking taut and smooth, but at the expense of the natural contours of her face. The effect of these surgeries made her features appear overly lifted and somewhat unnatural. The cheek implants gave her a pronounced, sculpted look, but combined with Botox and fillers, her facial expressions became more rigid over time. Her lips, plumped by fillers, added to the exaggerated effect, with their unnaturally full appearance often drawing significant public attention. Despite the dramatic changes, Janice remained unapologetic about her choices, even appearing on the reality show Botched to correct a breast surgery from 30 years earlier. Her surgeries, while keeping her in the public eye, also led to serious financial strain, ultimately contributing to her bankruptcy in 2013 due to unpaid cosmetic bills. Janice embraced her surgical journey, but the next celebrity's face changed so dramatically, even his family couldn't believe it. Number 6. Simon Cowell. When even your own son comments on your new look, you know something went wrong. Simon Cowell, the formidable music mogul and TV personality, has been as candid about his plastic surgery journey as he has been critical on talent shows. Beginning with Botox injections to fend off the signs of aging, Simon's venture into cosmetic alterations grew to include more invasive procedures. The most significant alteration came with a series of facelifts, each aiming to pull back the years, but instead tightening his skin to an almost overstretched extent. This overcorrection left his features looking pinched, particularly around the mid-face area, where his cheeks seemed unnaturally taut and lifted high, giving him a constant look of mild surprise. Cowell's jawline, once firm and defined, appeared softened and less distinct, blurring the rugged features that once defined his face. His eyes also bore the marks of attempts at rejuvenation. Eyelid surgeries aimed to remove the sagging skin, but the procedures left his eyelids looking tight and his eyes perpetually wide. Simon himself admitted that he felt he looked like something out of a horror film, a sentiment that even his young son, Eric, echoed with concern over Simon's new look. Acknowledging the impact of these changes, Cowell has since expressed regret, noting in interviews that he might have gone too far. Simon's regret is clear, but the next celebrity wore her surgeries like a badge of honor. Number 5. Joan Rivers. Imagine undergoing so many procedures that your own reflection becomes unfamiliar. Joan Rivers, a legendary comedian and television host, became just as famous for her love of plastic surgery as for her biting humor. Over the course of her life, Joan underwent a staggering number of cosmetic procedures, which she admitted to with both pride and humor. Her first surgery, an eye lift at 32, set off a lifelong journey of cosmetic alterations, including multiple facelifts, Botox injections, nose jobs, and liposuction. Joan's face, once youthful and naturally expressive, gradually took on a more frozen and polished appearance. Her once rounded features became tighter and more angular, especially after several facelifts and a brow lift, which left her forehead smooth but largely immobile. The use of Botox and fillers, which she regularly received, further contributed to this frozen look, erasing any signs of aging, but also limiting facial movement. Her nose also became smaller and more refined after a series of rhinoplasties, further altering the symmetry of her face. The combination of these procedures resulted in a look that was described by some as doll-like, but by others as excessively altered. Despite public commentary, Joan openly embraced her surgeries, famously joking about her procedures, saying that she was the poster girl for plastic surgery. Joan's plastic surgery journey was as legendary as her career. But the next transformation on our list happened almost overnight. Number 4. Heidi Montag. A single surgery can change your appearance, but what if you underwent an absurd number of surgeries in a very short period of time? Heidi Montag, the reality TV star known for her role on The Hills, made headlines in 2010 when she underwent a staggering 10 plastic surgery procedures in one day. This transformation changed her face drastically, sparking public fascination and controversy. Originally known for her youthful and natural look, Heidi's face evolved into something entirely different after her surgeries. Among the most notable changes were her cheek implants, which gave her face a fuller, more sculpted look, dramatically altering the natural softness of her features. Along with this, a chin reduction aimed to create a more balanced facial structure, but it left her jawline appearing much more angular. Her second rhinoplasty refined the bridge and tip of her nose, making it appear more narrow and pronounced compared to her pre-surgery look. Her brow lift tightened and raised her forehead, giving her eyes a permanently wide-eyed expression. Lip injections further changed her look, giving her a plumped, fuller appearance that many saw as exaggerated. The multiple surgeries resulted in a completely different face, leading to a mix of public reactions. Some praised her for owning her choices, while others criticized the extreme lengths she went to for perfection. Heidi's one-day transformation was shocking, but the next celebrity altered her body in ways that defy conventional beauty standards. Number 3. Amanda Lepore. Can you imagine altering yourself so drastically that you're no longer recognizable? Amanda Lepore has undergone extensive plastic surgery over the years, becoming a widely recognized figure in New York's nightlife and fashion scenes. Her journey into cosmetic enhancements began in her teenage years, starting with a rhinoplasty at age 15 and continuing with gender reassignment surgery at 17. Over the years, Amanda has undergone numerous procedures, including lip augmentations, multiple rhinoplasties, cheek implants, and an eyebrow lift. Lepore's look is inspired by classic pin-up icons, and her signature features include her dramatically plumped lips and heart-shaped cheeks. To achieve her ultra-slim waist, she went as far as removing her lower ribs, a controversial and painful procedure. Her eyelid surgery further enhanced her distinct, wide-eyed look, and Botox and fillers have been used to maintain her smooth, youthful skin. Though she has faced criticism for her exaggerated appearance, Amanda embraces her transformation, famously saying she has the most expensive body on earth and expressing complete satisfaction with the results. While Amanda embraced her transformation, the next celebrity has remained silent about hers. Number 2. Lara Flynn Boyle. The relentless pursuit of eternal youth took an unexpected turn, leaving one Hollywood star with dramatic changes that have become impossible to ignore. Lara Flynn Boyle, once celebrated for her roles in Twin Peaks and The Practice, became known as much for her changing appearance as for her acting talent. Her transformation began in her 30s, when concerns about aging in Hollywood prompted her to turn to plastic surgery. Over the years, she underwent several procedures, including rhinoplasty, lip augmentation, Botox, and likely a brow lift and facelift. Her once naturally sharp features began to look altered and swollen. The most notable changes occurred around her lips and eyes. Her lips, once natural, now appeared overly plumped and stretched, giving them a swollen appearance. Botox and fillers contributed to an overly smooth, tight skin texture, particularly around her forehead and cheeks, leaving her face looking frozen and less expressive. Her cheeks became puffier over time, possibly due to excessive fillers, which caused a dramatic shift in her facial symmetry. Despite the physical changes, Boyle has largely remained silent on her cosmetic procedures, leaving the public and experts to speculate on the extent of her transformation. She remains a figure of intrigue and recently made a return to the screen in films like Death in Texas. Lara's transformation left fans questioning what happened, but our next celebrity's journey with surgery was driven by far more personal reasons. Number 1. Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim's transformation has more twists than anyone could have predicted. Her journey with plastic surgery reportedly began as a result of domestic abuse, which left her with a broken nose that required multiple reconstructive surgeries. Unfortunately, this was only the start of her altering appearance. After the initial rhinoplasty, her nose continued to shrink, becoming noticeably thinner and giving her face a sharper, almost unrecognizable look compared to her earlier years. Her cheeks also saw significant change through dermal fillers, giving her a fuller, more defined look that contrasted sharply with her earlier, more natural features. This, paired with extensive use of Botox, made her facial skin appear unnaturally smooth and tight, erasing most signs of aging, but also limiting facial movement. Another major point of speculation has been Lil' Kim's skin tone. Over the years, her complexion has noticeably lightened, leading many to believe that she underwent skin bleaching treatments. Though Kim herself has denied these claims. Her lips also became fuller, likely the result of lip augmentation procedures, giving her a more exaggerated appearance. Together, these alterations have made Lil' Kim almost unrecognizable from her early days in the music industry. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.